Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick, and this is my husband, Bill.
That's me.
Come on in, say hello, tell us where you're from. We love that.
Love to know where you're from.
You sound like that Saturday Night Live skit, making copies.
Making copies.
What was that, like from the 80s?
Was it Will Ferrell in it?
I don't know. No, that was clear back in the day. That was before him.
Oh, okay.
So, no, not that far back. I don't know.
Anyway.
Say hello. Tell us where you're from.
Cheers to my ladies.
Yes.
Hi, Jean Shoot.
Hi, Jean. How cold do you got it up in North Dakota? Hi, Jackie. Ooh, Wisconsin. That might be chilly, too. It's cold to me here, even though Bill was saying it was like 40 or something today. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To me, it's cold. Hi, Kathy from Illinois. Your neighbors. Well, it depends where in Illinois. We're down here in Missouri on the other side of the river, so.
In the fog.
In the fog, yeah. Hi, Kristen Wenzel. Hi, Madison. How are you doing? You know what, Madison? It wouldn't hurt you to text or call your mom once in a while. Hi, Kristen Tatum. Hi, Janice. There's Nick. Nick is talking
Nick's
about...
eating her cookie.
She didn't even offer... Nick, if you're going to be eating cookies like that, you need to come prepared to share with all of us.
Or your biscuit or whatever you're calling it.
She says... Jean Shoot says next week will be a heat wave in the 50s.
That's what it's going to be here, too.
Oh, good. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Margot.
Hi, Beverly Nichols.
Ooh, 32 in Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, by Lake Superior. Yeah, hi, Bev. Okay, everyone. So we've got kind of a fun night going on.
Nick's eating biscuits.
Cindy. Yeah, Nick has provided the snacks this evening, so everyone hit her up. Were those chocolate cookies? She calls them biscuits. So Bill was saying he likes gravy on his biscuits, and they got into a little tiff here right before we went live. It's always fun here in Piccadilly Stampin'. Okay. Right. I've got another card. This was the cards that were given to me with the little jokes from Kathy Walton. It says, what do you call a cow in an earthquake? Do you know, Bill?
A cow in an earthquake.
I'm uncovering it to see. You guess. Anyone else know?
Shaken up.
Ooh, good guess. Anyone know? I'll tell you. You ready? Anyone made a guess? Probably not, because I'm probably like a minute behind. It's a milkshake! Woohoo!
Milkshake.
A milkshake.
Okay.
You were close.
Shake it up.
Yeah, shake it up. You were close. Jean says she's totally impressed. Oh, Beverly got it. She said milkshake. So that's awesome. Jean Shoot says they were up to 37, so the whole middle is just...
Must be.
That's
why we have all the fog.
Cold.
It's melting all the snow.
Yeah. It's just cold. I cannot get warm. So, hi, Holly. Welcome. So, you guys, it is time for our drawing. Let me see. I forgot to get the cards out. Do you guys remember what we made last week?
No.
We made these cute little cards. I love them. They rock. It'd be better if, these are with the deckled circles, but I would love it if Stampin' Up! Would bring our big circles back. They still rock. Anyway, so these were the cute little cards with the Celebration stamp set. I'll explain that later if you're new to me or new to Stampin' Up! But these things are so stinking cute.
The ones that case those were really cute too.
Yes. There was a lot of, Jean Shoot says pick her, Bill. Mary Jo says she's going to make a rocker card this weekend. So, okay, these were made with a Celebration stamp set, which the stamp set itself comes for free if you buy a $50 order. Through my online store, you get to pick a free item from the Celebration. And so I went and looked, not as many this week, not as many shares from last week, but I did count the ones even on YouTube and Instagram. So thank you guys so much for the shares. Bill, do you want to draw a couple of these? Because you know what, Bill? Life is sweeter with you.
That's right. I already got one. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Second one. Beverly Farm!
Oh, Beverly. I know her. You want to hand that to me? Can you hand, or do you want me to hand it to you?
Why don't you hand it to me, because I'm going to have to probably put it over there.
Well, you don't have to do it now. Okay, who wins the next one?
Mary Jo McCullough.
Wow. I know both people for once. It's been a while since I've had two at a time. All right. Mary Jo, thank you. Beverly, thank you for sharing my video. I will get those into the mail. Oh, Nick is bragging about 49 degrees Fahrenheit.
No,
We don't.
Celsius.
No, she put Fahrenheit on there.
Oh.
We don't want to hear about it, Nick. It's cold. Okay, so if you do not have this catalog and you're not working with any other demonstrator, I would love to send you one so that you can kind of see what we've got going on. Just so you know, there is a sale going on right now. So any 50 to 100, 150, 250, any $50 purchase is at least going to get you one free item out of this catalog. And there's several things, and we're going to be using something from here tonight. Let's see. Oh, we're going to be using an embossing folder that is in here tonight. It's from the $100 stamp set. We're not using the stamp set, but we are going to be using the embossing folder for that. So let me know. All you have to do is just email me, and if you're watching me later from YouTube, you can just put it into or look down in the description, and I'll have my email address on there. Again, before we get going, if you're new, the best way to get into the drawing, because I have a double drawing every week, is if you share this video to social media, share it to your wall, and then give me a comment. If you go to YouTube, subscribe to me. I'd sure appreciate it. It's the way I can keep coming and bringing you these things. So tonight,
with the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, with the bell on YouTube. So tonight I have kind of a fun thing. So it's a little bit of a fun fold. It's a mashup, totally a mashup. And it is a, what Bill likes to call a 7-layer salad.
That's right.
I've got a few things on it, but it's really cute and it's very simple. It's even, as I look at it here, if you have the tools, it's even simple enough that somebody new could pretty much, watching the video, could get a hold of and be able to make on their own. So let me go through a couple of things that we're going to be using. Mary Jo, just for you, we're going to be using this hybrid embossing folder. I've used it one time, so let's hope I can do it right on camera. This is the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder. So what this has is a die and an embossing folder, and we're going to do a little...
Why it's called hybrid?
Yes, because it'll cut and emboss at the same time. And we're going to do a little technique with the brayer on this. So that's one thing that we're going to be using. The other thing is, and I'm going to pull it out while we're talking, is I'm using the Softly Sophisticated 3D embossing folder. Now this can only be got with a $100 purchase. It does come with a stamp set though also, but I'm just going to be using this tonight. I am using one thing only from the Gorgeously Made bundle. So it's just the Gorgeously Made dies. And I'm using this die with this little basic white cutout. So this little flourish is what I'm going to be using. The Country Bouquet, now this is in our annual catalog because this was from last year, but it's really soft and pretty, and I wanted something romantic, and I really like this set, so I wanted to use it. So I'm not going to be using the punch that comes with it, although there is a punch that you can get that goes with it if you like this set. But I am going to be using the floral in this, and then these little bitty hearts that are the open hearts and not the complete colored in hearts. So there's that. And then one more thing, when I say it's a mashup, it's a mashup. So this die cut, this is the largest from the brand new Thoughtful Expressions dies, which I cannot wait to show you the set that goes with this. I have a cute little hummingbird that I did with this. And, well, maybe I should just pull that out really quick. Except, is it right handy? Here it is. Okay, so this is, you can buy it as a bundle and save 10% when you buy it as a bundle, but I will try to have something out next week using this because it's really stinking cute. So, but for today, we're just going to use this die, and like I said, it's the largest outside one if you have these dies. This is the Thoughtful Expression bundle. Whew, that was a lot. Now let's get out our paper pack. So I am using, oh, I got one more thing that I'm using. So I'm going to be using a little piece of DSP. Now this is in the free Celebration DSP that you can get called Most Adorned. It's a 12 by 12. It is a kind of a specialty paper because there is a foil. As you can see on the back side of this, there's a foil. So you've got gold and pink and red and white are the colors with this, plus a gold foil. So, and I will be using a piece of gold foil also. So we'll get into that here shortly. Where do I want to start? There's just so many things to do.
With the base.
With the base. It's all about the base. Is that what you're saying, Bill?
I don't know. You just wanted some place to start. I was telling you. With the base.
With the base. Okay, so we're going to do a slight gate fold on this. So it's a little bit of a fun fold. Not really, but kind of. So we're going to do, I'm going to start with, I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that I cut in half at 5.5. Well, 5.5. So by 8.5. And then we're going to score it. So I'm using the paper trimmer because it has a scoring tool in it, and we're going to start off at, I believe, 1.5. So put this down and just use the scoring tool. So if you've not seen one of these, there's a trimming side, which is the dark edge that has, and I'll pull this out because you can pull this out to trim with. It has a blade, and then the other side has the score edge, and I'm going to use the score edge. And then I want to go to 5 3/4. So 1.5 and 5 3/4. Okay, looks good. And then we're going to fold right on into that. So when you're scoring something, you make a valley and then a hill. And you always want to fold into that valley, and that gives you the least amount of crinkled creases on this side, just in case you didn't know that. And then I'm going to burnish it down with my bone folder here. So as you can see, it's like a gate. It's not an even gate fold, but it's like a gate. Won't matter, we're going to be doing other stuff with it. Okay, and I want to really burnish this down. I may have to do this a couple of times. It seems like our Flirty Flamingo color here is, it's very, like, it's a sturdy cardstock. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I just want to glue down. Can you see that little soft heart on here? this is going to be a very soft card. I designed it this way purposely. I was in a romantic mood. And if Bill really is going to make me a card, I might as well show him.
That's right.
Are you really going to make me a card this year?
Might surprise you.
Yeah, you might surprise me, that's for sure. Oh, go eat a biscuit with Nick. Yeah, go eat a biscuit with Nick. So I use that liquid glue because, as you see, I'm not very good at lining things up straight. And I think that it gives me a minute to move, or not a minute, but, 30 good seconds here to kind of move that around. And I need to do it again to get that on there. So this is directional paper. When you're cutting, cut it at 5 1/4 by 1 inch. And if you do the 1 inch side, 5 1/4 going the direction, the long direction, so that the hearts face up, because it's directional. Did I mention that? And then I have a piece of, let's see, this is 2 1/2. This is that Softly Sophisticated. And I have this piece of gold foil paper, and this is a 1/2 inch. And so I find when I'm adhering this together, it is easier to actually go, and I like the green glue. I hate to do it with foil paper because if you get any squishing out and you get it around, you've got smudges on your foil paper. I am going to show you how to do that, how to clean that up. It is not with this, because you guys know I'm a big believer in this. But I think if you just add a good amount of glue down here, and I'm adding a little bit more than normal only because it's embossed. This is a dry emboss that I'm doing. And so then I'm going to add this right down to the bottom. Okay. Let me get that even. And I like to set it down so that the glass plate will help me get that straight. We'll give that a moment. So I didn't do it, but oh, I did. Yay. So if you use, yay, smear a project, yay. So if you use this, you're going to just smear it even more. The best thing is to wait till this dries and actually use your finger. This foil is smooth enough and slick enough that you can kind of roll it off that edge. So it'll get worse before it gets better, but trust me, it does get better. And also do small, there we go. I cleaned it off kind of.
What color's the cardstock?
The cardstock is Flirty Flamingo.
Flirty Flamingo.
Okay, and while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and... Hey, did Beth Ann show up?
I don't know.
Okay.
Jackie's here.
I just wanted to tell her that I was... Oh, maybe it's Jackie. I'm getting my East Coast people mixed up. No, the Eagles. The
Eagles is Beth Ann.
Yeah. I was cheering for him. I want her to know that because she'll cheer for the pack for me. So I'll cheer for her unless we're playing each other. then my pack is always going to be the first. I wanted her to know that I cheered for her. She wanted me to cheer for her Eagles. Okay. I gotta let that dry a little more. Okay, let's stop for a minute. I gotta let that dry anyway. Let's bring in the Stampin' Pierce mat. What did I do with it? I just had it today. Okay. I will use...
Right there.
Where is it?
Oh, that's not it.
Oh. Don't be teasing me.
Well,
like you know.
I was looking at your... The big dot. That's not it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just go ahead and use my silicone mat for now. And I'm going to place this down. So if you look at this, Is there an up? Is there a down? I guess it's a matter of opinion, but I have decided that I'm going to make one of these big humps, the top and bottom. So, and I will probably have to stand up to do some Stampin' with this. So I'm going to do this is Granny Apple Green. My Granny Apple Green is a little bit dry, so if you have one that is quite inky, you may want to take, I like to use the back of a spoon, because I know some people will use their bone folder. I never do. I use the back of a plastic spoon and I push down some of the ink into the pad a little bit. You can clean this off easily by just putting it on your chamois to clean it like you would your stamps. But mine is a little dry. I tend to run a little dry because I tend to stamp a lot and I don't take the time to ink. The other thing that you could do, or re-ink the way I should, is you could stamp off if you have a bit of a, dare I say, juicy or moist pad. I hate both of those words. Oops, that's a little
Slushy.
Slushy. Now that I can get on board with. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up, and I'm having to beat mine because mine's a little dry. And then I'm going to just stand up here and center this on my die cut. So this is kind of the leaves to the flowers in this heart. This is a two-step stamping system, meaning you have two stamps to create one image so that you can get two colors on there. Okay, I'm giving that a little bit longer to transfer that ink and pressing it only because I've got a dry stamp pad and because I wanted it to have a moment to transfer over as much ink as possible and have that paper absorb it. So this is the Flirty Flamingo. And then this image is going to be like the floral image. It has a few hearts in here. You'll see better when I get it inked. I wonder if it would be easier if I ink it off of that. This doesn't bug me, but I don't know if it's loud on the camera. So if I just ink it maybe on the table, if that would help. Okay, so I'm going to stand up again. Sometimes you have to get kind of right over your image, and I'm going to look to line it up as best I can in here. And give that a little press. I love this new set of dies. They're stitched, and I just like the shape. I think it's very pretty. So when I was thinking about this card, because obviously if I make my sweetheart a card, I'm going to make him something a little more masculine than this. But I'm thinking about this card as kind of what I call a Valentine's card. So here you see, oh, it looks like my, kind of that image. So the two stamps together formed that heart image. It's very, very pretty. And I don't know why this is not regular line all the time, because I think it's very, very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to move that aside, and I want to use this again. Did I cut a, you know what? I didn't, so I'm going to go ahead and do it right now on camera. It won't take but a minute. I missed a piece of paper that I want cut, so I'm going to cut this piece of basic white at 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So that was the score tool. Here's the cut. So 3 3/4 by 5. And this is going to be for the inside of our card. And I'm going to save that too, because that'll make a good sentiment. But I wanted to do this while I had my ink out, because those little hearts, I'm going to go in, let me ink this up, and I'm just going to stamp on the inside. Now, for me, I stamp on the top right and the lower left. And the reason why I do that is because usually, you know, you address it, write your stuff, and then you usually sign it over here. So that's why I do it that way. Okay. I'm going to put this away for a second and put this aside and put this aside. And now let's see if I can get some stuff out of the way.
They love it so far.
So far? Okay, good. Now, so on this hybrid embossing folder, again, it's called Thankful Moments. The interesting thing about this is it comes with all of these fun little doodads that you can decorate on your cards also, but it has all of these words that cut out so they emboss up, and you can add a little color to it. And I want to show you how I do it. There's a couple ways to do it, but I want to show you how I do it. So I have a scrap piece of basic white here, and the only thing that I want is this love you, because it's a Valentine's card, right? So I'm not using the Valentine, the sentiments that came with the Valentine set. So I just need something to go over the love you right here. And there's a couple ways you can do this. This is what works for me. I'm going to just take a piece of washi tape and stick that on there. Then I'm going to come here, and this is the cutting. You can cut and emboss at the same time. So I am going to add this here and line it up. Now, I'm a washi tape girl as far as, or some sort of, you know, even a Post-it note, something to hold it into place. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that now. Okay, leave that side alone. Then, for fun, let's talk about our brayer. So we have I'm going to give you a couple of tips. We have a very sticky brayer. I have had brayers in the past that don't have the tack that this has on it. All you want to do is rinse it off and then just set it to dry. So there are 2 bars here that hold that up. So one, you're not getting ink on your projects if you're doing more than one. You don't want to go like this, or you're going to have it down. You're using this side for when you are going to ink anything. Or you can, you just want to rinse it and set it to let it dry. Even if you get, like, I have some water spots here, but the reason why it's really important to do that, great, I touched it, now I'm getting little fibers on it, is because of these little fibers. So I am still in the market of picking up something that I'm going to get, like a plastic box that I'm going to keep it in so that I just don't attract everything to it. Other brayers will do the same thing, but I don't think it picks up the ink as evenly. So I know that this is the love you. So this is what I want to ink up. And because I want it soft, instead of doing it bright red, I'm just decided to do it in a soft pink. So I'll definitely have to show you this when I'm done. So to ink, you can do it this way or this way. It doesn't matter. I don't really need much space, so I can just do it this way. Just make sure that these are facing up. It's just keeps from smacking your fingers and stuff. So you want to have the little knobs facing up, and you ink it, and you want to ink it in a fashion where you kind of almost get that wheel to spin. And I don't know, does this show very good, Bill? I can't tell.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so kind of keep your, wherever you're going to do it, the edge will leave a, let me get just a little scrap piece of paper. where this comes, there'll be an edge there. So you don't want that to go into your image because you want to stay in between it so that you're going to get the ink on here. And this I could have inked up a little bit better before the show tonight, but we'll make do. If you don't have a brayer, that's okay. I'm going to show you another way. And then you just run it over the image that you want to add that color on. So this raised area will attract the color. And you will get that. Now, if you don't have a brayer, no worries. And because mine is a little dry, I am going to have to ink this one. You can actually take your, a brayer's good for other things though. I mean, don't ever disclude it. But for this particular project, you can actually go, as long as you go lightly, and just kind of press it onto your image that you're trying to ink up. Don't worry that I got, this is such a light color. Can they see this, Bill? Don't worry that, okay, don't worry that I got that, because all I really care about is this image, that I'm keeping these inked up. Okay. So even though the pad goes off, all you have to do to clean this is run it underwater. So once you get that done, then you can seal this up and make sure that it fits right down into. Can you see it with that now? Can you see the pink coming off there? So while I'm letting that catch up, I'm going to move this aside and I'm going to pull out my big Mambo Jumbo.
Oh, no,
because you have to have the big one for the full-size embossing folders. So when you're doing a 3D embossing folder, which this is, you're going to need your base plate and number 4. And if you ever get, don't know using a 3D embossing folder, the recipe's right here. This tells you. So 1 and 4. So we're going to place our 1 in there. And then bringing this back in. Okay. And then placing this one. Now what I like to do is to have that kind of E. I've told you guys before about making the E. So I've got the 2 plates are kind of the same, but I have the actual embossing folder. It makes it easier to start your image. Now this is gonna feel tight. You've got an extra thing in there, but don't worry, just push down. Once you get it, grab hold and run it through. It is not as hard as it seems. This was a technique that, boy, was really popular in the 90s. So to see it back is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions on that, Bill?
No, they liked your tip on the brayer.
Yeah. Okay. So let me take this out. Now remember, I've got this sealed down with some washi tape. And I've got the paper sealed down with some washi tape. Now I have to wash this. So I will just run this under. But for right now, I'm just going to pull this aside.
You mean the washi tape's not to hold your lamp up?
So you can see now I have that. Now you can do this color on color. Brighter colors show up well, but I wanted something really soft. Can you tell me if that's showing? I guess I could stand up and take a peek. Nope, I really can't.
There you are. Love you.
Okay, great. Love you. Now, can I give you this and you not get this all over things?
Maybe.
Well, don't get it on anything. You're going to have to move something. Okay. You like the little scolding there.
Don't get it all over me.
All right. So hopefully that was some tips on how to do that. It doesn't take as long as it takes for me to explain it to you guys. Now comes the fun part. So let's come back here. And this is drier, so I can rub my finger and get that right off of there. I just love that. You just kind of got to give it a little time to dry, and then it just comes right off. Okay, so starting with this, let's put our inside in. When I'm gluing too, Beth Ann's the one who kind of told me leave like a 1/4 inch from the edge, and that way it helps with any squishing of the ink. You know, when you squish ink out, squishing. Okay. Let me put this, give this a second to... Also, did you see how I was farther on this side? It gave me a minute to move it, and anything that's smeared over there isn't sticking out now. So I love that. Great tip. All right. Now I wanted softness to this, so I definitely want to add this to it. And as you can see it against the pink, it's really pretty. But this is way more than I need, especially since I'm going to have this fold, and I don't want that blocking that opening, you know. So I'm going to cut this down, and I think what I'm going to do, it doesn't have to be perfect, just so that I can get it. And I'm probably going to use this other half for another project, so I'll set that aside. But I want this to come. See what I'm doing here? Isn't that gorgeous? It's just gorgeous, but
pops right up there.
It does, doesn't it? I'm glad you see it that way. I like to use the silicone mat. It's a very cheap investment that you can use with other crafting projects too if you use a glue gun at all, because once you put your hot glue on here, it drips out of your hot glue gun. You can flick it off. We can with our glue too. I am going to use some Stampin' Seal to attach this. It's going to be covered up, so it doesn't need to be all pretty, so that's why I'm using Stampin' Seal, because this is embossed. So I want this to kind of come out here in the corner like so. Let me see. Yeah. This is nothing I cased. This was my own design, you guys. I like to point that out. I don't get them very often. Okay. Well, yeah, I do. Kind of all of them are kind of my own design.
I was gonna say.
Last week wasn't, though. That one was a case by, yeah, by Sherry Pryor. She just did, she knocked that out of the park, and I just couldn't.
Very good. Good job.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this down. So here's the way I like to do this, especially if you're new. Throw this on here. There's a little stickum on there, so it's going to hold it in place. Then come over here, grab yourself, I'm going to move it up like just a 1/8 of an inch or something. Grab yourself your a little pencil. So I know I can get glue all on this spot, right? Remember my 1/4 inch thing? Keep that 1/4 inch. Okay. I better do it this direction. I'm going to have to stand up to see. Okay, so I want that. Just going to eyeball kind of dead center here. I'll give that a moment to adhere down. I didn't want to do too much jiggling because, again, I've got that gold. I know it probably looks brown on camera, but it'll look gold when I stand up. Okay. Ta-da! Now, keeping with that, let me grab some dimensionals. I just wanted a nice soft look, so let's pull out a couple of dimensionals to put this on here. Now we want this to open, so I don't want to do anything down here where it's going to seal it. But I don't want to cover up all my gold, but I don't want to cover up all my flowers. So I'm just going to make a nice little overlap here, which you guys know how much I love the overlap. Ah, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's very pretty. And then, of course, we got to do embellishments. Now, you'd think I'd go for the gold, but I'm not gonna.
What are you going for?
The gold is there's two different sizes on this. There's the larger and then the smaller. The gold actually kind of takes away. We've got a gold highlight for some bling bling. The gold kind of takes away. So I'm going to do the pink, and it does match very well. So let's see. Let's do like one up here. That's a smaller. Let's do a larger. We're going to do a few of these on here because this is really pretty. So let's add, I'm going to just do these 3 flowers because we don't need to do them all. And I do want to point out that, oh, I got, that kind of took off on me, because there'd be too many, and I'm just doing an accent with it, you know. It doesn't have to be them all. You know what? I think that's a little close for me. I'm going to wedge that off, and I'm going to put it on this one instead. I think that gives it a better feel. And then I'll do another small one, like here. So you want to do odd numbers because it is more aesthetically pleasing. So I've got, what do I have? I've got 5, 6, 7. That's an odd number, isn't it? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is so pretty. It is so pretty and so easy to do. Oh, I love it. So what are they saying?
They love it.
So let me stand up here.
They say it's great. Special embossed, die cut, color, great treatment.
You can see you've got the DSP.
Better.
It's just so soft and pretty.
Gorgeous.
Who said gorgeous? They're my new best friend.
Holly.
Ooh.
Jean.
Holly and Jean. Oh, Jean's gonna like, because I got purple coming up. So she's going to like it. I just think it's very romantic and pretty. And now you could do this in any color. This is just the DSP that I had because I didn't want it. I wanted it to be a little broke up. It's so pretty. It's such a matchup. Let's see. Is it a 7-layer salad, Bill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8-layer salad.
8-layer. Woo!
So, woohoo. It's just so gorgeous. I'm glad you guys liked it. Now, again, for every $50 that you spend in my online store, you can earn something free through celebrations. This is one of the best time of the years. We've got so many cute sets. I don't even have them all, you guys. Like, I can't wait to get this tool set. I don't have it yet, but it's on my list. And then I'm going to be doing tooly things. This was the Thoughtful Moments Hybrid Embossing Folder, what I showed tonight. This is the set for this die, if you like that die shape. And let me just show you, this die shape under here is really pretty too, that comes with it. I love layering dies. I love it. But what the other thing that I like is that you can do the cutout shape and get the stitching, or you can have a cut in shape, because as you see, each of these have 2 stitching on each side. So it'll cut it each way that you want to do it, which I think is amazing.
That's kind of cool.
And when you buy the set together, you get 10% off. The Country Bouquet, this, I just used the Country Bouquet stamp set. It does have a matching punch that I showed, but I don't believe that comes in a bundle anymore. And then I used the Gorgeously Made, but if you had any flourish, you could use that. This is the one that I had that I thought was current and looked the best. And then the last thing was the embossing folder, Softly Sophisticated. Again, you can earn for free. I did use the free celebration paper. This was Most Adorned. Now, These products are on special right now until the end of February, where you can get a free product added to it. So that is definitely, unless they sell out. So it is kind of a first come, first serve type thing. I just want to let you know that. There's nothing really to talk about other than like and share. That's how you get into the drawing for next week, because I have 2 of these that we're going to be giving away for next week. If you're placing an order with me, please use
the bell to subscribe.
Yes, to subscribe. We'd appreciate that. If you're placing an order with me, as long as it's under $150, please use this host code that gets you enrolled in my perks program. I did get, and I did fill today, I've got 10 more of the adhesive packs in. If you are interested, this is kind of a photograph. I don't know if you can reach them. It's right there in that very bottom. No, you're not going to get it. Never mind. Take me too long. But it has the basic adhesive. If you're interested in that, send me an email. I will have a sign up here too. But I got more of these in. It comes in this little bag. It's just a reusable bag. It's not that big of a deal. And was that it? Oh, I do have some paper shares. So I think I have 2 left now. If you are interested in a paper share, send me an email and let me know. It is $45. It gives you a set of a quarter sample pack of all the papers in the current mini catalog right now, and that $45 includes all 8 of those and the shipping. So just let me know if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, were there any questions?
No, they loved it.
It is a beautiful card. I appreciate you guys so much. Oh, I did forget one other thing. If you're interested in signing up, you can join my team. You can actually earn this beautiful mat. It comes with a cleansing cloth. It's very similar to our chamois. And so I like the chamois for getting into the stamps because it's thicker. This is really thin. So it's definitely to wipe up. And it also has, let's see if I have it, to like hold your small things, embellishments, and it sticks right to it, this silicone tray that goes with it. It'll hold your parts and pieces, so that's kind of fun. And you can mix like inks and stuff in it. So if that's something, or if this is nothing that you're interested in, you can also add $30 to your kit on top of, it's normally $125 for $99, but you can add $30 more, which makes it what, Bill? $155 for $99? Yep. $155 of product for $99. That is a great way, especially if you don't have a Stampin' Cut emboss machine. This is the best deal. These things never go on sale. This is the best deal for that. So that is, I think, all I have. I hope you guys have a great night. I will be back here this Friday with a quickie card. This one's more of an easy card. And I guess that's all. Have a great evening, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.